What documents did you need to present with your Italian citizenship application at the consulate in Houston?
After presenting the application forms, my identification, and my appointment payment, I needed to present more than a dozen vital records proving my Italian lineage, which is through my maternal grandfather, then my mother, myself, and my minor son. I needed documents from 2 Sicilian municipalities, state vital records departments from over a dozen different agencies in 7 different states, and I needed immigration records from the National Archives and the USCIS. First, I handed in my grandfather's naturalization certificate that was obtained from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the USCIS, with the original letter I received from the USCIS and the envelope. Next, I presented my grandfather's official birth record from Sicily, or the Estratto dell'atto di nascita. Since he was married to my grandmother, I also had to show her certified Italian birth record from Sicily. Then I was asked for my grandparents' marriage certificate. This was followed by presenting my parents' birth certificates and my parents' marriage certificate. Last but not least, I showed my records of birth, my first marriage, I had a divorce record, second marriage, my husband's birth, and my son's birth records. I also had an additional document called a Certificato di Nascita Negativo, or Certificate of Negative Birth, from my grandfather's hometown. You advised me to have this record on hand since there was a discrepancy between my grandfather's birth date on his petition for citizenship and his death record. The document would prove that no one else with my grandfather's name was born on the incorrect date. For the U.S. vital records, it's important to obtain the certified long-form documents. The birth or marriage certificates you might have at home might not be the correct forms required for Italian citizenship. And also, you might not want to give your original documents to the Italian consulate. The consulate keeps all of the documents that you submit with your Italian citizenship application. They don't return any documents to you except the original certificates of naturalization. So when you order the documents, you must provide proof of your relationship with the record request application. And most applications can be downloaded from the Vital Records Department's websites. Then you can fill them out, send the applications by mail, and more often than not, I had to include a self-addressed stamped envelope and a payment. The order of obtaining the documents was important. For example, I first needed my long-form birth certificate from the Secretary of the Commonwealth Office in Virginia. Once I had that record, then I could order my mother's long-form birth record, followed by my parents' record, my parents' marriage record. I needed to have both my certified birth certificate and my mother's birth certificate in hand in order to request my grandparents' marriage record, as well as my grandfather's certified death record. So having a spreadsheet to keep track of my progress and the requirements made the process a lot easier. My mother was born in New York, so I ordered her birth record from the New York Department of State. Once I received her birth record, I could order my maternal grandparents' marriage certificate also from New York. My parents were married in New Jersey, so that document was ordered from the New Jersey Division of Revenue in Trenton. And while I was waiting for those records, I ordered my maternal grandfather's immigration record from the USCIS. That record took months to process, and I had some issues with that order, so I wish I had requested that document sooner. I ordered my mother's death certificate from the Florida Department of State, and I ordered my grandfather's certified death certificate from the state of New Jersey. Then I needed to obtain my certified abstract of marriage from the county in Las Vegas, Nevada. I didn't realize it at the time, but instead of ordering the certified abstract, I got a certified license. They are different. They're not the same thing. So fortunately, you caught my error, and I was able to order the correct document before my appointment at the consulate. The easiest record to obtain was my son's long-form birth certificate. All I had to do was drive to my local city office in Texas and make the request. All the rest required a lot more effort. So after speaking with you, I learned I also needed to get the divorce record from my first marriage, even though it had nothing to do with my son's bloodline. And since that document was over 30 years old, I had no idea where to order it, so I had to make several inquiries. and after many calls and waiting on hold for long periods, I finally found my divorce record in the archive for the Superior County Court of Los Angeles. I ordered it 2 months before my consulate appointment. And on top of that, I needed to order my first marriage certificate from the New Jersey Vital Records. Fortunately, I was able to order and receive that record online.
It's important to keep in mind that each consulate varies in its process of handling applications from beginning to end. So it's important that you go to the website for the consulate in your jurisdiction and read the information very carefully before making your appointment.